Gotta find a stream thumbnail. Let's see. I don't want to do anything like bizarre like the last few ones. Yeah, that'll be it. There we go. Oh, all right. There we go. All right, we're gonna wait for. So is this sound like you're 20? I have a cough. Oh, 5 pebbles. Nice. All right, just gotta wait for a fourth person, and then we'll start. There we go. 5 people or 4 people. Let's start up. All right. Why am I so anxious about this? Well, now, uh, you know, I got nothing. I don't know. I don't know how anxiety works. Oh God, jeez. Please let this be a normal stream. But with these two, no way. Cruising on down Main Street, got the relaxing feeling goo. Ah, jeez. I hope it's a normal stream. I don't think it will be, but I hope it is. Suns and Pebbles getting divorced. Dang. The divorce papers aren't working. Wow. Lamau. Oh, this is concerning. Okay. Can't draw a weed. Ah, don't worry. It's like the Canadian flag, but slightly less Canadian. God damn, this is laggy? Is it laggy? Hold up. Is it laggy? Okay, I'll have to like check that. Is it laggy? Doesn't look laggy. Is the audio playback laggy? Can't draw. No, the audio playback's not laggy. I don't know what you're talking about. Alright. We'll do Icebreaker this round. When we get more people, we'll do Exquisite Corpse. Alright, let's see. Superhero with a nah. Yeah. Go to sleep. Dude, no, it's not even late. But who all sleeps with like their face down? Do I have any like face down sleepers? Don't. Anything cursed happened yet? No. Nothing cursed yet. I think I've done enough cursed stuff for the day, so I think I just want it to be a chill stream. However, if anyone puts in a cursed prompt, I'll try my best. It's kind of inevitable, you know? Zooted? Yeah, zooted is like... I don't know if it's like one of those words that other people use, but that's just my way of saying getting high. Hmm. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate the last few posts that have been going around? You know, 1 out of 10. Tell me. Scargo? What's a Scargo? Just gonna give a slug pup a scar, I guess. No more night cats. Minus 20. Wow. Deserved, I guess. Oddly enough, drawing those types of clothes is like the easiest type of drawing I've ever done. It's like, it just all clicks for whatever reason. I don't know why. I hate that it's like the best thing I can do. It's because it makes sense, you know? It's like built in logic, you know? Skug anatomy, can't do it. Iterator, it's humanoid. I know how to draw humanoid clothes. Because, like, that's what I worked with a lot in traditional style. I think they meant escargot, aka French favorite. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll just put a fork in him. What is it with, like, Europe and just having some. Like, Europe just has some bizarre food tastes. I mean, I know, like, the US really can't speak because we eat literal, like, slop. But, like, I'm not eating snails. I'm eating cows. And, like, chickens. So, like, I watch this one shorts channel, Japanese Eats, and, like, I love that stuff. I just love seeing culinary food. Um, I love culinary food so much. There's a lot you can tell just about someone based off of their own cooking, and there's a lot you can tell about a culture based off of their cooking. You know, when I travel, that is like the thing I'm always after. Is just like culinary food. I love eating. Eating's delicious. So I was making like that compilation video today, and like there are like so many jokes that I've made just within this span of 4 months. Like I didn't include all of them because some were either just not funny or just like were kind of like irrelevant at that point. But there were like a ton. I didn't even actually expect there to be that much, but jeez, I've really drawn like a lot. wish I could draw better on like computer. Uh, I don't draw on computer. Like every time we do these Gartic streams, my art skill isn't really all that good because I'm drawing on computer. Uh, Specifically with mouse because I don't have any like drawing tablets or anything like that. So I'm doing this like yeah. No significant harassment. Bye highs. I saw the post. You know what? Sure, we'll get into it. We're great. Surprisingly, you know, I enjoy drawing, but I'm pretty sure you've seen some of my stuff, Inch. Uh, maybe? I don't know. It's hard to remember sometimes.
You want to help me load Minecraft?
Uh, Not yet. Give me a second.
Alright. Hi, chat.
Alright, yeah. Bye. They need help loading Minecraft again. Thigh highs. Thigh highs go up to the thighs. It's in the name. Yeah, like, I'll check out your stuff, Goldfish, here in a second. I want to see if you're as cursed as me or if you're worse. Because finding someone who is more cursed than me is always a treat. There are people who are more cursed than me. Um, and, like, it's fun. It's fun when I see them. Because, I'd say Solo is definitely more cursed than me. Deep purple thigh highs. Ah, perfect. You are all geniuses. He would rock deep purple thigh highs. Thank you, chat, for being absolutely great. Oh, gosh. Just an average day in Rainbow. Oh, okay. Hmm. Oh, Silo. Yeah, yeah, right, right. Yeah, they're definitely more cursed than me. From time to time. I think I've had some posts that I would say are more cursed than their artworks, but yeah, no, I've seen their deviant art. It's cursed. Femse is actually getting better and better as crafts do. He's legitimate commissions, yeah. Yeah, no, no, like I totally get it. Like if you have that kind of ability, totally make a profit off of it. You know the term. You know what the term is. So Panthiel in a maid costume. Yeah, I remember that one. That one is yeah. I think that was made before like my big like when I started commenting a lot. Moist, if you want to retain your sanity, do not search Sore Flow's art requests. I mean, let's be honest, if you've come to my channel, I don't think you're gonna get any worse. I think I'd say my worst is their, like, semi-normal, you know? It took me a second to realize what that joke was. I have no regret. Oh, I read that wrong. I had no idea what to draw for this. I made the prompt and I didn't even know what to draw for this. Nice. Ah, Five Pebbles the pacifist. He's just passing the fist over Artie. Nice. Nice. Oh, rocking it. I'm not drawing that. Lol. Any other medium, I'd give you a lot better of a thigh highs. You know? Sadly, Gartic Phone is not the best place to get the best art requests. Go sleep? Sure. I don't know how to draw. Dude, does not matter. Get in here. I literally, like, I'm not playing this for, like, good art or anything. I'm playing this just because, like, I think it's funny, you know? Honestly, the next round we're playing is even funnier if, like, you have a good artist and that bad artist. What? Oh. Chat, what was that? What? No, not Dog Welder. Worst Marvel character. Or was it DC? I don't remember. I don't keep up with it. Alright, here we go. Exquisite Corpse. Alright, draw the head. We're gonna do something simple for the head. And now, remember, chat, you have to cross the line. Like, if you don't cross the line, then they don't get connected and when it finally, like, fuses together. You know? Honestly, wonder how long this stream will last because, like, my watch later playlist has gotten to a point where it's like I don't have enough time to like ever watch it in the day. I have like hour long videos in it, so it's like stacked up to be like this bunch of like over just 60 hours worth of content is in my watch later playlist. She rain on my world till I downpour. Yep, haven't heard that a million times. God, this is taking forever. Yeah, no, it's a long round. It's only 3 rounds, but it takes forever. I mean, how do you think I feel? I'm Mr. Streamer. I can't play anything on the in the background while I wait for this because it'll be picked up by the audio. So I just have to kind of sit here and hope chat asks interesting questions. Okay, how much to get up and go chug a sun-kissed right now? Eve, don't give in to your addiction. Or do. I'm not here to stop you. Love how utterly chaotic this chat is. I love chaos. Just being chaotic in general is my favorite thing. You know? Just kind of feed off of the vibes. There's just something funny about just constantly never having an alignment to anything, you know? Scottish Pebbles returns? No, maybe. Hey, Inshallah, is it okay if I draw your PFP or any OC in my notebook? Yeah, sure, that's fine. I don't think. That's the thing, is I can't really stop you if you do, you know? That's an interesting thing to think about, is like, you know, uh, people can just, they can draw whatever the, what?
This video, it says men only. Would you break up with your girlfriend if she gained weight? And the first comment says, hell nah. Come here, Humpty Dumpty.
God damn. I don't know if chat heard that, but that is crazy.
Now we'd be rolling in the dining room together. Oh.
Damn.
Anyway, I'm just gonna go figure out the whole Minecraft situation.
How do I get that shade of pink? Close, but not exact. You know what? That's close enough to be it. Yeesh. I should look at chat. What's chat doing? We heard it loud and clear. Fem, what? When did I say that? I did not say that. Stop gaslighting me. Chat, don't gaslight me. I didn't say that, did I? What am I drawing? I like zoned out. What am I drawing? Sure, that's what we're drawing. I'm back on my insanity. Inshall E6 tag when. Yep. I ugh, chat. Some of the things you say. Someone actually uploaded Solos or whatever they're so I don't know how to pronounce it. They upload the Fem Saint onto that website, and like I remember Solo made like a post about it saying like people finding my character on this website, and I'm like, oh, oh. I mean, like, I'll admit it would be funny if Pebbles was uploaded there, like the Pebbles and the Lingiri was uploaded there, because I don't care. I don't care if it's up there. I think it would be funny, you know, just as like a comedic thing. Like I just have my tag on there. Oh god, I don't want to think too hard about that, but that would be funny. I'm not putting it up there myself though. I don't dare go near anywhere there. Femme Saint was likely posted there by the creator. I don't think it. No, because like the way they worded it sounded like they didn't post it there. I think they just kind of discovered it there. I'd have to go back and read the post because it's not too far back. It's only like I don't know, 3 months, 5 months, probably 5 months. Yes, I did almost call it. Um, I did almost call it linguine. I know it's not linguine, but lingerie, lingerie. Sorry, sorry. The Dami Mommy post in particular. What are we talking about? Me or are we talking about Solo still? Because either I know what you're referring to or I don't know what you're referring to. Because I don't think I've ever made a Dami Mommy post. Unless if you can. Hmm. Alright, so this is legs. Uh, doesn't the creator have like a Patreon for FemSate or am I tweaking? They have a Patreon. Or no, it's like a buy me an egg or something? I don't know. Buy me a coffee, but it's like eggs. I I don't keep up too heavily with like well I guess I do keep up heavily with like Rain World news, but I don't keep up like heavily with Rain World news. Like most Rain World mods, I don't think I've ever like truly paid attention to those because it's just not in my interest. I don't really care about Rain World mods. Don't worry, I can work with it. Let's see. Can't control Zia. That's a cool game. This is a bad idea, but should I slam another? It's Sunkiss. It's not like alcohol or anything. You're not gonna like end up getting a liver failure from Sunkiss. However, uh, you will get quite a few other health problems from drinking too many of those. Uh, like I remember a while back, I did a research over like for a science thing, just over like the chemicals in like your average thoughts on the OK Buddy Brain World subreddit. I've been there and it's funny as hell. Like those people are my kind of people. Posted two posts there and they got pinned immediately because of how cursed they were. It was um, Five Pebbles, uh, like the one where its son's leaning over him and like a death saying you couldn't handle the Radosi. And then the other one is just the clank 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 meme. Oh jeez. Overall, I think it's a fun subreddit. Um, and honestly, I don't go there that often but I think they've got a lot of funny people there who are just like me. They're just like me for real, for real. I made art. Cool. Oh boy. Long slug cat. Yo, really long slug cat with detailed feet. Yep. I love this mode so much. It's just so fun. No neurons. Damn. No thoughts behind those eyes. That is something. You know what? It still came out good. So is he just wearing like a skin-colored outfit, I guess? Kind of like, those people you see on public? Oh, jeez. Okay. Five Pebbles has fluff now. He's in a wheelchair. Ah, you gotta connect the lines. You gotta connect the lines. It's like, you gotta finish it off. Alright. Please let it be normal. Let's see. Hey! Okay, so that's why there were no legs. I should have drawn an Among Us. Obese creature. Crazy. He's a businessman doing business things. Oh, alright. He's got blood on his feet. Real. Oh, here we go. First Catboy of the night. I don't know what the heck that is, but okay. Neat. I'll tell you, the one thing with like Catboy Pebbles is trying to figure out where to position the ears without getting rid of his antenna. That's like the hardest thing for me. Ah, end. Cool. Oh, okay, okay. They saved it. They managed it. Neat. I think it works. Yeah, it works. And these look so AI generated. Nah, AI can't match this level of complexity. Oh, Neat. Interesting. Well, perfect. Uh, hmm, really tempted to chug another one right now. Drink water. Trust me. Drink water and you won't have the need to chug soda. I mean, the torso. Oh my god. Yeah. Uh, you know, I kind of want to try one of these modes. I want to see. Complete the sketch, start with basic lines, and see the other player's interpretation. No. No, not knockoff. Uh, co-op. No. Looking for one specific one. It's like one where it's like something keeps fading. Is it this one? I don't know what it is. I think it might be compliment. Or is it missing piece? Each turn, one part is added and another is lost. It's missing piece, that's what it was. I want to try this one. Story is so funny. We'll do story after missing piece. I want to try missing piece. Alright. So I think the premise for this one is it gets faster and faster. So you just draw a simple thing right here. So I'm going to draw 5 pebbles because I know not how to draw literally anyone else. You know what? We're going to make him doing the funny pose. It's a good thing I just, by memory, remember what the Jacko pose looks like. Have fun with this, chat. Minecraft isn't loading. Oh boy. I might have to go fix Minecraft here in a second, chat. Yep. Oh, chat, I gotta go fix Minecraft. Oh, my new prompt. Alright. Alright, so I gotta add something. Castle Crashers. We're just gonna do something simple for this, and then we're gonna go fix Minecraft. Easy fix. We'll try to see what we can salvage. We'll see what that becomes. Make 5, that's crazy. Hold on. Minecraft, no work. I think the disk is like, it's getting corrupted. And they want me to fix it even though I have no damn clue. And they just need to leave me alone. How can I turn this into Peter Griffin? Yeah, I can turn this into Peter Griffin totally. Man, this is worse than the time I contracted the rot. Yeah. Hey, Lois. Triple affirmative, Lois. Lois, this slug cat gave me cancer, Lois. I can work with this. Ah, Nutty Noon. My favorite. Well, Chad, ask some questions, because I don't have any, stories I can think of right now. I'm out. Oh god, the loading icon was over Pebbles' chest, so I freaked out for a second and think you were giving Pebbles' breast. You know, I'm surprised I haven't done that yet. I mean, I don't really see the appeal, but could be interesting, I guess. I'm just imagining some person who doesn't know anything about Rain World joins this Gartic and is like, what the fuck? That happened yesterday, with my friends joining the stream. Sometimes it's nice to just contribute barely anything and see what happens. Pebbles Milk. You did not just say that. I think, I've seen a lot of cursed comments throughout the years. Um, like, God, the amount of Smash comments I get. I mean, some of them are acceptable, I'll admit. And then some it's like, I'm just talking about, like, oh, I'm making a toaster strudel, and then it's like Smash, and I'm like, what? Pepsi, Milk, and Rain World. Pilk. Neko arc all over again. I think the disk is corrupted, so it's not fixing itself. I mean, I think the only way we could get it to fix itself is to completely wipe all the data, which, honestly, go right ahead. I don't have anything on there that I necessarily care to lose, so. Either that, or, like, take out the disk, delete the game from the application, and then put it back in. We never fixed it that way, so I genuinely think the disk is corrupted. Did no one get the reference? What was the reference? Simple but effective. No, I don't get the reference. Gorb. I kept the Peter chain going. Cool. Man. You know, here's a story, chat. Back when I was in school, I had this dude who was trying to emulate Sonic 06 on his Chromebook, and he couldn't. And he got so pissed, he threw his Chromebook at the glass window, shattering both his Chromebook and the window before storming outside, kicking over a trash can, and then trying to make a run for the door. Anyway, I have read every Rainworld fanfiction I have come across, only three that I have genuinely been disgusted with. I mean, I can think of a few that would probably disgust you. Let me just say, hold up, isn't it the worst Sonic game? Yeah. Wait, hold up. For this one person who just asked fan fiction stuff, I gotta tell him some bad fan fictions. Because it's like bad in the sense that it's gonna traumatize him. Oh, hold up, I gotta find the I gotta find it first. Something something real hand simulated touch, I believe is what it's called. All right, I'm banning you from chat. You're in timeout now. You can't talk. I'm out. All right. So the bad fan fiction I'm talking about, the one that'll actually like disgust you. Oh wait, have you read the Five Pebbles X the Rot fanfic? That one's honestly horrifying. Have you read the one where it's Five Pebbles and the Rot? That one is genuinely awful, but it's like the funny kind of awful. The what fanfic? You heard me. Not just one rot, two rot. Yep. Yep. Is it on Wattpad? No, it's on AO3. Wattpad would not have that bad of a fan fiction. AO3, though. AO3 is where you go to find all the bad fan fictions. Yeah. I don't read too many of them, but I've read some bad ones. Where do I find this? AO3. I think it's literally just called, like if you just type in the tag 5 pebbles rot and then swap the thing, you'll get it. So I'm gonna read it after the stream. Pebbles X the Roy, cancer patient. That's crazy. Wattpad has a poorly AI rivulet X Spearmaster fanfic. If it's been posted or updated after last September, I have read it. Yeah, I think it has, so yeah, probably. There's a new one where it's I don't think I should really be saying this one, but it's on AO3. Let me pull it up real quick, because this one's a newer one. Like, it just came out, like, 2 weeks ago and I saw it, and it's, like, awful. Let's see. Let me get on AO3 and actually, like, get you the actual names of these. We're gonna talk about some awful fan fictions today. Alright, let me just type in 5_pebbles. Alright, so 5 Pebbles Rain World. We're gonna set. Alright, yeah, here, I found it. Yeah, it's like genuinely awful. It's called Hospitable Chatting. It is genuinely awful. It is an awful one.
I didn't get the down here.
I don't have the answers. You see, it's corrupt. I don't. What do you want me to do? Man.
Why didn't you tell me in the first place?
Motherfucker, I did.
I didn't. You just walked upstairs.
Alright, well, go.
Chatty's not helping me.
And I
just want some freaking mind.
then fix it yourself.
Sid, I'm not a tech nerd.
Neither am I.
Mr. Cat Team. Mr. Live Stream right now. Mr. Gartic Phone. Mr.
God, annoying as hell. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Fanfic reading stream when? Yeah, I think if I read any of these ones that I'm talking about, I get banned. I mean, I could read mine. Would you guys like to me to read my fan fiction tonight? We can do that, chat. We can read my fan fiction I wrote tonight. I can read you my Sunstone fan fiction. Would you like that? Would you like me to narrate my Sunstone fan fiction? We'll do Scottish Pebbles and Australian Suns. How does that sound? Yes, yes, yes. If I can figure out how to put polls on this thing, we'll decide. I've seen a fanfic of Undertale Yellow once and it was awful. It was just foot fetish stuff between Marla and Sorova and it was nasty. Okay, thank you for sharing. Hey, alright. I think after this, right, the Jacko pose I did. Okay. I stopped shipping Sunstone because I started seeing Pebbles as a child. What? Wait, what I miss? Oh God. Oh God, this is getting. Oh, where did that go? Hey. Alright, we'll read our fan fiction after this chat. Uh, might have to, like, pause some of the stream just to get to, it. Okay. Damn. Ain't that true? It's been like in one stream for 3 seconds, and I didn't know y'all had a fan fiction limit. I don't have just one fan fiction. I have, let's see, I have my AU, I have my Sliver of Straw fan fiction, I have my Pebbles Gets Isekai fan fiction, and then I have the Sunstones fan fiction. So I think that's, yeah, 4 fan fictions. I have 4 fan fictions. Inshallah, where did Monk go? I don't know. I haven't been paying attention. Why you have so much fan fiction? Because I like writing. I mean, I've basically tried doing literally everything I can to interact with the Rain World community. I've done fan fiction. I've done, this whole YouTube thing I've got going on. I did the commentary thing. Uh, I did. I tried doing the challenge run thing with the whole jumpless Spearmaster, but I kind of gave up on that. I think quite possibly the next step. And now I'm just trying to, like I've kind of found my niche being like the cursed artist that everyone is just kind of like horrified by. Among Us, Lois. I need someone to tell me when I'm a bad person. I need someone to tell me I'm a bad person to be able to change anything wrong with me. Uh, nah, you chill. Oh, neat. Even better. Epic. Five Pebbles is ballin'. The end of these tend to like dissolve away almost, you know? I'm fine with that. I gave him fishnets. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Surprisingly, I haven't drawn pebbles and fishnets yet. Hmm. Yeah, that'd be an interest. See, that's kind of like fishnets are kind of hard to do because you need to kind of get like the squishiness of like thighs, you know? But like the problem with that is like you have to individually lighten every little squishy bit of a thigh. Now, obviously, with pebbles, I could take the easy route and just simply do something where it's just, oh, it's metallic. It's not going to squish. But there's no fun in that, you know? I rock fishnets, dude. Fishnets, people can rock fishnets. They're cool. I have fishnets for my arms. Yeah, yeah, they work good on the arms, they work good on the legs, you know? Huh? Chat, chat, do you really expect, like, why are you acting surprised, chat? Don't act surprised, chat. I want to make a Five Pebbles cosplay with the fishnets. Okay, alright, cool for you. Why you draw stuff like Catboy Pebbles? It's an interesting thing. It's what I'm good at. Like, I don't, I don't really know. I'm just kind of naturally good at drawing things like that. You know? What happened? I looked away for like 12 seconds. Nothing much. Like, I think it has something to do with just shock value. I think shock value is kind of pretty funny. Um, like, oh jeez, like, oh, I know, I have the urge. It's ironic art. Yeah, yeah. I would draw scuffed Catboy Pebs, but I suck at humanoids. Humanoids are interesting because you can use a lot of reference for them. You can even just take a picture of yourself and use it as a reference. Like, I've done that before. I've done the whole take a picture of yourself and use it as a reference. You know? My urge to. Are you gay for pebbles? Sure. We'll say that. We'll say, sure, gay for Pebbles. Hell no, I ain't even posing for a reference. Imagine for drawing Catboy Pebs. Sure, like, I mean, like, you you'll have to accept the truth soon enough, chat. I have to make lore for a living. Yeah, I have to make food for a living. Anywho, chat, as we said, aw, Kirby. Alright, so chat, we're gonna exit out of this, but hold up, let me just, the screen's gonna go black, chat. But trust me, we'll be fine. Just gotta turn off those for a second as I pull it up. Alright, it's fan fiction reading time. Alright, let me just type in iterator. Let me type in, let me go to the iterator tag. Alright, I wonder where we're ranked in iterator right now. Still first place, that's nice. Alright, let me just create a new capture window. Alright, uh, okay. Okay, so we're gonna position this. Hey, there's yours. There's your fan fiction, Pluto. Neat. Good job on writing that. Alright, so mine is right here. Alright, so here's my fan fiction by Inshall. First place. First place in the iterator tag. Not to brag, not to brag. I don't know how these tags work because I have 7 stars and 339 views, and this guy has like 1.7K, 37 stars, and 7. Anywho, here's the fan fiction I'm talking about. So here's my fan fiction page. Uh, we have my OCAU fan fiction. We have this one that I literally just made for a dude I found in a comment section once. He said, "Man, I wish there was like uh more fan fictions of Pebbles going into um yeah. We have this one. No one's really read Not a Sliver of Truth, and I think it's one of my better ones. I think if I had to rank them off of like the quality, this one's second, this one's first in terms of quality. This one's the second, this one's the third, and this one's just dog shit. Anywho, chat. Um, do we want to read the Sunstones fan fiction, or do we want to read uh, the OCAU fan fiction? Which one? Or do we want to read the Sliver of Straw one? All right, let me change the stream title real quick. Let me change the stream title to Reading Fan Fiction. Let me just. All right, let me get the picture for it. I got a picture for this that'll work. All right, changing it to reading fan fiction. All right, all right, we're back stream. What do you all say? Uh, okay. So let me take the reviews. Sunstones, Sunstones, Sunstones. So that's three for Sunstones. Not a Sliver of Truth. Tides of War gets one. Not a Sliver of Truth. All right, so that's three for Sunstones, two for Not a Sliver of Truth, and then one for Tides of War. Okay. So we'll start with loving words for a friend. All right. This one is all right. What we're gonna all right. Do we do like the joking pebbles, Scottish pebbles, or do we like try to like narrate this like with emotion? You know, was that three for three on Sliver? We'll read. Okay. So like. I guess like because I did make a chronological thing for this, because these all are connected canonically, except Pebbles gets isekai. That's its own thing. Tides of War comes before Not a Sliver of Truth, and Not a Sliver of Truth comes from before Loving Words of a Friend. But you can read them in any order. All right, depends if it's written seriously or not. Loving Words for a Friend. I wrote it like it's your basic love plot. It's basically Sons trying to stop Pebbles from uh you know you know ascending himself and ruining everyone's lives. It's like a what if. Check my newest community post. Oh boy, what could it be? Proxy. What could it be? Let's see. Lamau. All right. Is Sliver of Straw hitting the DL pose? Finally, someone noticed it. They're all doing JoJo poses. This is a JoJo pose. 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 They're all JoJo poses. Anywho, yeah. So this one is technically a little bit more serious. It's like a what if like Sons was the one who tuned in to the forced broadcast instead of Moon, you know? Uh, was Pebbles in fishnet tights? Oh yeah, I saw. All right. So are we doing this seriously or are we doing all right. So I'm starting the votes now. Type in serious or Scottish. Serious or Scottish. Scottish, serious. All right. That's neck and neck. Scottish, two for Scottish, three for Scottish. All right. I'll read everyone else normally, but like Pebbles will just be Scottish. All right. Two for serious, three for Scottish. All right. Four for Scottish. All right. I think we're going with Scottish. Okay. All right. 1681.059. Private. Seven Red Suns. Looks to the moon. No significant harassment. So I'm only going to read Pebbles in Scottish. Everyone else gets normal. What would Moon's voice sound like? I don't really have a feminine voice. So I'll just do all of my attempts to contact him have failed, as have mine. I have sent out messengers, but I doubt they will be able to make it in time within the facility with the facility on lockdown. So I have no choice then. I have to use my seniority privilege to force a broadcast. What? That could work, though I doubt you wouldn't have long before they find a workaround to close your broadcast. They were always clever with those types of things. We can't just force a broadcast and yell at him when they are in the middle of gene splicing. What if he slips up and gets the rot? Even if you manage to convince him to back down, it wouldn't be long before you get the rot makes its way into your drainage system and floods right into your structure. You're damning both yourself and Pebbles if you do that. What other choice do we have? They have put me in a position where my structure's safety is at risk. If nothing changes soon, I'll be past the point of making any recovery. My slag is already at 48% buildup. Alright, let me drink some water. Let me talk to him. Send your broadcast signal and I'll tune in and try to calmly talk him down. I'm the one who started this mess. I should be the one to face him. Sons, you're not to blame for their actions. You don't have to confront him. Yes, I do. If I don't, then I'll regret it for the rest of my life. Alright, I'll send you the broadcast signal. I'll try to keep it open for as long as I can. Thank you. And sons? Yeah? If this all goes south, just know I don't blame you for his actions. Thank you. Right. 1681.059 Forced broadcast. 7 red suns, 5 pebbles. Pebbles. I don't know how you managed to contact me, but I suggest you leave. Pebbles. Please, can we just talk? What is there to talk about? Discussing a solution to the problem that not even be possible. Talking about the statistics of our processors. I ask you, what is there to talk about? We can just talk. Talk about anything. Just talk to me. Tell me what you're feeling. What I'm feeling is anger towards you for disturbing me while I work. Pebbles, do you know you're harming Moon? Of course I know. It's been non-stop broadcast talking about her. I bet they wouldn't even bother to contact me if it wasn't because of her. Do you know how awful it feels? I feel like no one even cares. My citizens never cared, and now even the other iterators don't care. I feel so alone. Huh. Alright. You're not alone. You have me. You have Moon and Sig. Yeah, I have you. The one who gave me the tools to break this taboo in the first place. Why are you changing your mind now? Not because of me, it's because of her. It's not because of her, I swear. You lie. If it's not me, if it's not her, then who? What could possibly made you want to change your mind? You, Pebbles. All I've ever done was because I cared about you. I cared so much that my own better judgment was clouded. It was wrong of me to give you such delicate information knowing the mental state you were in. I know that if I didn't contact you and at least try to talk to you about this, that I would regret it for the rest of my life. You cared about me more than anyone, so please, stop this. Let's just go and chat. Maybe play some bets on a game of lizards? Alright, I'll stop for now. Let's go and book. 1681.060. Private. Looks to Moon. No significant harassment. I'm noticing a change in Pebbles' water input. It's significantly decreased. I assume you've managed to intake enough to prevent any more slag buildup? Yes, I have. Though I might need to manufacture a few slag reset keys to clear off some of the excess before returning to full capacity. As for Suns and Pebbles, they haven't left their broadcast since last cycle. I tried to contact Suns, but was only met with silence. I do wonder how he managed to convince someone as stubborn as Pebbles to back down. I have an idea, but it's best not to spread gossip. Alright. Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to go. I don't want to be heating any part of my structure before I have cleared the slag. Alright. 1681.060. Private. 7 red suns. 5 pebbles. Did your citizens ever talk to you? I had some scientists who would discuss their current findings with me, and the occasional field trip from the local scholars. They never talked much to me. They were always too busy arguing about my construction and how it was a violation against the house. Though there was one head citizen, my head engineer. They would come by my chambers quite often. They would discuss current schools of thought over the great problem. They would sometimes even ask me how my day was and listen. I know it's strange to think about, but I think they was the closest thing I had to a parent. They sound nice. They were. Then one day, they were gone. Just like everyone else. No goodbyes, nothing. Oh, I'm so sorry that happened to you. Happened to everyone. How do you cope with the loss? I delved into my work. I became fixated on their puzzle that they left me. I felt like I'd never have closure until I solved it. But later on, after Sliver died, I started to realize that I'm not immortal. One day my systems will fail and I'll plummet to the ground below, becoming a shelter from the snow for the creatures in my grounds. So I decided to just live my life, not following in the path they left me. Do you ever feel mad about it? That they just left? I was more confused than anything. After all that progress we had been all making, did they just get impatient? I don't think we'll ever know. Maybe one day I'll be able to make peace with that. Yeah, well, the light and the moon. Did you hear about no significant harassment managing to loop chasing Win with a recursion pearl? No, really? How long were they looped for? About 13 cycles. Oh my void, that's hilarious! When unparalleled innocence found them, they were curled up on the floor of their chamber, repeating the words, "The great problem will be solved with bat flies and blue fruit," all over and over again. Huh. You know, I had a chat with Sliver once about the great problem. Oh, really? Yeah. I remember specifically saying to them that I wasn't interested because I found our relationship to be in. What? No need to yell. It was just a fling. It never worked out anyway. They said I was too needy and we decided to end it. Didn't really feel all that great afterward though. I had no idea you had any experience with relationships. Looking back on it, I think I was just looking for someone to dump my problems into. I see now why it never worked out. Well, if it helps, I'm always here to talk. I like talking with you. I like talking to you too. 1681.061. Private. Looks to moon. No significant harassment. I've, I've sent a messenger over to you with 16 slag reset keys. Do notify me when they've reached your chambers. Thank you, Sigs. You've been a real help these last few cycles. When all this is over, I'll happily give you any pearl in my data logs. No need, Moon. I'm not doing this because I want something. I'm doing this because you're my friend. You're a saint, Sigs. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Well, my reputation with the Sliverist might make them tell you otherwise. I miss her. Huh? Where is this coming from? Sliver and I were good friends before she ascended. We would often share our research papers for the others to review. She was always so thorough with her work. You speak of her like she was something more. Is it really that obvious in my tone of voice? I guess I won't deny it. I had love for her. She was always so caring and patient. She spoke with the voice that sounded as soft as the winds flowing through the hills. When she ascended, though, I was left distraught. It was hard for me, not only because of the pain of losing her, but not knowing why. Why must she be like Juliet? She has gone, and yet I cannot take from the poison she drank from to be with her. I never knew that was what you were going through. Now I feel bad for sending all those captioned images over to you. It's all right. No one knew. Not even Pebbles. Uh, I lost my placement. Speaking of which, have the two stopped talking yet? They stopped roughly around the start of the new cycle. Pebbles entered a lower power state. I assume it's safe to say Sun's managed to talk them out of it. Thank goodness. Have you contacted either of them? I tried to contact Sons, but they seem to be in constant surveillance of my brother. I think they're trying to keep a close eye to make sure he doesn't do anything drastic. Quite noble of them. Perhaps I'll send them a special tailored scarf for their troubles. Your tailoring has always been top notch. Remember when you sent that one outfit to my brother? Oh yes. I don't think I'll ever be able to forget the look on his face when we realized we were both watching. Comedy gold. Well, cycle is about to end, so I'm gonna enter low power mode for a little while. Good night, Moon. 1681.064. Private. Do you ever wonder what it would be like to leave our puppet chambers? I've given it quite a bit of thought. Why do you ask? I think it would be nice to explore my facility grounds. See the world from more than just a screen. You could always request the blueprints for a broadcast puppet from the Western Oceanic Group. I tried, but the one I talked to wouldn't give me the designs on the fact that they was a sliverist. Really? That doesn't sound very nice. I heard that some of the iterators are reverse engineering the design, however. So maybe one day I will be able to leave this tin can. Maybe one day I could see you in person. I'd like that. So, are you finally ready to talk to them? Not really. I'm worried, but I need to do it. I'll start the call then. Sons, can I ask you to do something for me? I think it would help ease my nerves. Sure, what is it? You know that trick no significant harassment discovered that helped allow them to mess with people's haptic sensors? Yes. Could you just perhaps hold my hand while we talk to them? I just want to know you're there for me, more than just verbal confirmation. Sure. 1681.064 private. 7 red suns, 5 pebbles, no significant harassment, looks to the moon. Pebbles. Hi, moon. Pebbles, I'm glad you're okay. I'm doing fine. What about you? Your structure built up a significant amount of slag, didn't it? It did, but it luckily never reached anything past 56%. So, it's not beyond the point of fixing. I'll make a steady recovery once no significant harassment's messenger arrives. To the way out, I'm sorry that in my depressed state that I caused so much harm to you. And if you don't want to talk to me again, that's fine. I get it. Pebbles, I would never stop talking to you. I am your sister and I care for you. I was glad to find out you were safe. I don't blame you for what you did. Anyone in your state would have done the same. I'm just glad Sons managed to talk you out of it before you did anything beyond repair. I'm sorry. Thank you for forgiving me. We're all here for you, Pebbles. Just promise me you won't forget that. We all care for you, Pebbles. We all want you to be happy, Pebbles. I love you guys. 1681.064 private. 7 red suns, 5 pebbles. Thank you for being there for me. It was nothing. It was nice holding your hand. I'm not talking about holding my hand. Thank you for being with me through all of this. Thank you for being my sunshine at the end of my dark tunnel. Pebbles? Yeah, I love you. All right, and that's the end of that. So, how was it, chat? How was it? Tell me, tell me. Scottish? Yeah, it's a little Scottish, isn't it? Anyway, yep. So, yeah, that's like, I think my best one that I've wrote. That's the one that has like the most quality in it. Uh, and like there were like two lines in there that were like references to two others. Like the one being the broadcast puppet, it's Tides of War, and that's how it ties into this one. And then the one about Pebbles talking to Sliver that ties into this one as well. 9 out of 10. I can't take Scottish Pebbles seriously. I just remembering getting irritated because it was too short the last time I read it. 27 Pepsi robots out of the Great Problem. This is actually quite nice to listen to. Yeah, Lamau. By the way, Inshaw, just curious, if you were an iterator, what would your local group be? I've answered that question before, and I said it would be cat. It would be cat with a pencil. It would be Kit Studios and as as Looney. Yeah, I think it's as I don't. I've yet to figure out how it's pronounced. I think it's as a Looney, but I don't know. This ASMR slaps for real, for real. Reading my fan fiction ASMR. That's crazy. Oh, hold up. I got to comment on a Rain World video real quick. All right, there we go. Just had to comment on a Rain World video. You know how it is, chat. How do I get back? All right, there we go. All right. Scottish Pebbles is a bit interesting. Yeah, it's funny. All right. Do we read another one or do we call it a night? New SMR idea. You chugging three sun kiss and fucking dying. Blue pill or red pill? All right, chat. Do you want to read like the 4 chapter long fan fiction, or do you want to read like the one that's like was done in an afternoon? Do any of the iterators in your universe eat slug pups for brunch? No. If that's a way of just saying, are they evil? No. Some of the ancients might. I think. Did you know that my daily caffeine intake exceeds 800 milligrams? Jeez. Probably best to call it a night. Dude, what time is it for you? Dude, oh God. That's what time it is? Jeez. It's been a long. Eh, I could still go. Alright. Tides of War, my beloved. Alright. Do we read Tides of War? We can read Tides of War. Who wants to read Tides of War? It's #1 in the iterator tag. I want the sliver to lie. Okay. Alright. Chat, choose. Do we pick Tides of War or do we pick Not a Sliver of Truth? I'm taking votes now. All right. Two for Tides of War. All right. Three for Tides of War. All right. One for Not a Sliver of Truth. All right. I guess we're reading Tides of War. Here we go. My highest rated one. Though personally, I wish this wasn't my highest rated one. I wish this one was my highest rated one because that's my best work. All right, Sliver of Truth. If you were to activate the stone mask on Idorier's processing strata or neurons, their brains, would they become a vampire? They would, but they'd immediately die to the sun. All right, all right. So this, as per tradition, I'm now getting my fourth sun kiss. All right. We'll read this chapter by chapter, and then you can tell me your thoughts after each chapter. Okay? All right. Cycle 1. Linking structure to iterator puppet. Puppet has been paired to structure. Iterator Rivers of Blood is now online. I open my eyes. I gaze into a blank room, filled with blank pearls and two figures wearing giant masks. Welcome to the cycle. I am six throwing stones breaking water, head of the eighth council crosser. Wow, tongue twisters in my own story. House of Spears. The figure spoke in a grand tone of voice, while the other one turned towards them and spoke. The data has not been uploaded yet into the puppet. It is null to try to speak with them yet. I'll begin the data upload now. Data upload processing. My mind is flooded with thousands of cycles worth of information. Void fluid, the cycle, the houses, hundreds of purposed organisms. The great problem. Data upload complete. There, the upload is finished. You may begin assigning its task. I look up at them. They try to speak after being given the information of the gift of communication. The great problem. Is it my task to solve it? They stare at me. I could feel their eyes burning through their masks. One of them began to write something onto a piece of parchment and then walked out of the room. The other began to speak. Your task is not the great problem. We have built you to deal with the current war effort between the houses. We need weapons put into productions, one that could wipe out entire iterator cities. What? My systems have harming any citizens as a taboo. I cannot perform such a task. Your systems have harming any of your citizens as a taboo. You can and will, however, harm those of other cities. The house has been the houses have been bombarding this city to prevent you from being built. We must defend ourselves, they said in an aggressive tone. But if I were to do something like that, it would lead you down a path that guarantees you won't be able to ascend. Would it be better to not discuss a compromise with the other houses? I'm sure my construction is not that much of an issue. Your concern is not my ascension, and we are far past the point of compromise with the houses. You will begin a weapons program, or they will destroy us. The house has decided on this. I will leave now. I must attend the war council meeting. They left. I floated around my chamber, lifting up a few pearls that we had all left been completely blank. I tried to access the communications to the local group. They were locked. I opened up the overseer cameras of the city, opening up the camera feed in the House of Spears. The feed opened up and showed a room filled with many masked figures. The audio had been cut as soon as I opened the feed. Worthless. I can't work with these restrictions. I sweep through the camera feed, this time going through the ones located inside my structure, gazing at my neurons floating around in harmonious motion. My inspectors floating through inside, cleaning up the mess of pipes that had been left by my creators. Though when I flipped the feed into my general systems, I noticed an inspector had turned to red and began frantically wiggling around. I sent multiple overseers to assess the problem, pushing the camera over to see what could have startled the inspector. I searched through every room in my general systems bus, but could not find anything. Must have been a floating pipe. I dismissed the overseers and lifted up all the blank pearls and began my task. Cycle 57. Rivers of Blood, please show us, the Council, the progress you have made on our weapons development. 6 throwing stones breaking water had used the house's screen to transmit the feed of my chamber to the Council. I had spent the last 3 cycles making multiple theoretical weaponry that could wipe out Iterator's city. Well, the first one have here is a rocket loaded with rot cysts. While the city will remain, it will likely take out the Iterator's functioning systems and leave them vulnerable to attack while they try to get rid of it. I've heard that they create a purposed organism that can eat away at rot cysts. If this information is true, it would be a waste of time that will allow them enough time to make weapons to use against us. A council member in the back said, murmuring, began amongst the others. Well, for the second weapon, I have designed a frequency device that would take off the comms, allowing for the iterator to be unable to contact their local group. More murmuring began amongst the council, the common concern that came from the fact that the comm frequency could be changed to another to null the effects. My third weapon I have designed is a missile that can shoot off a mist of purified void fluid. By getting caught in the dust at the top of the structure, it could create a deadly atmosphere that could erase the inhabitants from the cycle. The murmurs grew louder. That will be all for now, Rivers. This council has come to an agreement that this will be the best course of action in the war effort. You may begin your work on the weapon. I have one more question to ask, though, Head Counsel. What is the controversy behind my construction? Surely it is not worth the trouble of going to war with our neighbors. The murmuring had stopped. Rivers, you were built over an ancient memorial to the old path. The people of the House of Painted Feathers wish for your destruction because you are a reminder to them of changing times. They are afraid of you, so we must wipe them out, or the old ways will never change. But the feed cut, and I was left alone again. I started to take a look at the other ideas that I had stored on the portals. Looking at the other ideas like a robotic puppet that could be controlled remotely, and neurons with malware that could slow down the iterator processor. These ideas I had made would never see the light of day. I began to upload the blueprint of my Pearl to the facility grounds industrial complexes, where the lower class of ancients would then begin to assemble the weapon. The design would probably take about 80 cycles to create due to its inclusion of refined void fluid within the bomb. I would have to keep a close eye on the project to ensure it was built correctly. Any errors could spell doom for a large amount of biological creatures in the area of the blast radius. I had received another alert from my overseers again. When I went to check where they had detected the problem, it showed me the exterior of my puppet chamber. I began to feel a sense of fear wash over me. Anything that got this far was well out of range of my inspectors. I scanned through the area, looking for anything around the room, only had been met with nothing. An inspector couldn't have been triggered here. Something must have been caught on the cameras. I scanned and scanned again, until I was given a small alert that something had gone through my puppet chamber entrance pipe. I disabled the anti-gravity in the room, hearing a loud thud a second later hitting the ground of my puppet chamber. I gazed down and looked at the lump of flashing colors squirmed around and then turning white. Before it could disappear, I ensnared it in a gravity field, bringing it close to my face. Before me was a creature that had blank black eyes and a flexible body. I scanned the creature in my database for any matching organisms and was given a match. A slug cat had snuck into my chamber. I stared at the creature as it wiggled around helplessly. I considered ending it and tossing it back through the pipes, until I noticed it had a mark of communication. I put the creature down, and it stared at me, as if it was waiting for me to say something. Could this be a messenger? Who is trying to reach me? Is this reaching you? I say. The creature hops into the air repeatedly before returning to a standing still and staring eyed at me. Has someone sent you? Are you a messenger? The creature began to shake slightly and put its paw to its mouth. It pulled out a pearl that was bright yellow and it tossed it to the floor of my chamber. Ah, is this what you were trying to bring me, little creature? A pearl. I grabbed the pearl and began to read its contents. Hello. If this is you, please destroy this pearl after you regret it. This is Iterator Flowing Stream of the House of Painted Leaves. We have been trying to gain contact with you via your communication arrays. However, it seems that they have been disabled by a higher-ranking administrator of your city. We have been trying to inform you about your current situation in this so-called war after. You are currently a victim to the House of Spear's crimes. They have rebuilt you time and time again, trying to get the perfect weapon-making machine. The local group became concerned, and the houses enacted a ban on rebooting an iterator. Your house would not be so easily stopped, however. They have continuously kept rebooting you long after the ban was passed. We have tried to enact punishment on the house and impeach the leaders. However, the civilians have kept them in power. They all seem to wish for our destruction. We cannot allow this. We need to know if you are with us. Please send us a pearl and we will try to help you. But for now, follow their orders till we can send something to help you. I dropped the pearl, hearing a clunk as it hit the floor of my chamber. My mind began to race. All the information gained had set ablaze to my memory complex. Had I really been lied to this whole time? I read it over and over again, memorizing the text, going over everything it had said. I couldn't prove if anything that it said was true, but I couldn't be proven it false. Had I really been rebooted? I gazed down at the creature again. It stared at me blankly. I looked at the pearl containing the remote puppet blueprints. Suddenly, an idea shot through my processors. I grabbed one of my blank pearls. I'm not going to get any answers by doing nothing. I inscribe onto the pearl a simple sentence and a blueprint. Help me turn the tides of war. Well, alright, how was that? How was that chapter? Chad, I finished drawing Capwood Pebbles and posted it into the community tabs. I'm gonna vanish into. Okay. Oh, hi, Cat. You just came in to see we're reading fan fiction. Alright, alright. I'm gonna read through the comment section because I haven't looked at it for a second. His name's Rob. Rob. Yep, Rob of you of your life. Oh, that's great. Let's see. Do you think this would be a good bedtime story for my little sister? No, no. Why would she consider killing the slug cat? It's not she. Uh, just like, you know, think of it like this. Say like a bug just came into your room. You kill the bug in your room because you don't want it in your room, or you take it outside, you know? I'm not gonna lie, you cooked with this one. Help me turn the tides of war firing. Listening to an Eldritch Horror read fan fiction. What a great use of my time. Well, you should have seen the last one we read. I had to. Chat made me read Pebbles' voice in Scottish. Alright. Next chapter, I guess. This is gonna be fun. Let me drink water. Don't wanna. Let me. How do I get out of here? How do I get off of this? Do I need to sign in to actually read the second part to this? Because I don't want to sign in. Aw, Chad, it's gonna make me sign in. Hold up. Give me a second, chat. Give me a second. Let me just. Oh god, now I can't stop imagining Pebble saying Scotland forever. Yeah. This is definitely gonna be a stream that gets clipped. Alright. We're just gonna sign in real quick. Ignore the black screen. Ignore the black screen. Oh, great. I can't sign in via that way, can I? Hold up. Alright. Yeah, just give me a second, chat. I'm working. I'm working on it. So if Pebbles is Scottish, does that mean Moon is Irish? Really? Is it gonna make me? It's it's making me sign up for Wattpad. Hold up, chat. I need to. I might not be able to read the second chapter. You might have to read it yourself. Which sucks because I actually wanted to read that. I think it's only letting me like read first chapters. So, which is heavier, a kilogram of steel or a kilogram of feathers? Both are the same. All right, let's go here. So it's like only letting me read like the first chapter of everything. So I guess we're moving on to Not a Sliver of Truth. All right, chat. We're gonna have to read. We're gonna have to read Not a Sliver of Truth. Which one was the correct window capture? I forgot. Uh, Hold up. I might need to make a new window capture. All right, here we go. All right, there we go. Yeah, if you want, if you want to read those other chapters, just go on Wattpad. You can find it easily. All right. So this was another one I wrote. This one is one I made of Sliver of Straw. It's like a different interpretation of it, you know? All right. All right. Like sleep, like death. Before we go, I leave you full administrative access to your structure. A parting gift from us. The thought echoed in the back of my mind. It had been hundreds of cycles since the mass ascension, yet the words left by my creators had stuck with me ever since. When they left, I felt so alone, so quiet. I had never much luck talking with my local group. The only real things they would ever discuss was their joy for the riddance of their creators and their newfound freedom. Unlike most Idle populace, I had quite a good relationship with my citizens. I would often host a broadcast near the plaza of my city, where I would sing hymns for my citizens. So many would crowd around and cheer. The children of the citizens would often be brought to tour my facility. At the end, I would talk with them and answer their questions. Some would bring me handmade gifts, like small artworks of me. It was probably due to this connection I had with my citizens that they had given me full administrative access control of my structure. It was quite the parting gift, as it allowed me to create my own organisms to repair my structure, dump my slag without a need of slag reset keys, and even power down my structure. All of which didn't help me much. All it did was prolong my existence that I wished so much to escape from. I wished to join my creators in their ascension. I had discussed the concept of finding a solution to the problem of our creators. had on the main Iterator broadcast channel. I had found that many had seen this work as pointless, and that their new freedom was meant to be enjoyed, though I had heard from a minority of the populace discuss the idea of a triple affirmative, that if a solution was found, a solution was portable, and a solution was generally applicable in with technological implementation, then it should be broadcasted to the populace. That way, the option for the last way out upon structure failure was present. This, however, led to many jokes among the iterator group chats. There had been a load of notable iterators who had broadcasted triple affirmative only to be shown as an elaborate crank. These jokes dwindled the hope of the masses that a solution would ever be found. Some of the greatest minds behind the research had quit after coming to believe there was no possible way to create a solution. I had not given up just yet, however. I had been researching possible solutions for over 389 cycles, running tests with purposed organisms. Some turned to rot that infected some of my structure, but I could dump the slag buildup, causing the rot to be cleansed from my structure. Other times I experimented with organisms designed to expel void fluid, partly as a way to ascend anything around my structure that was breaking it apart, like scavengers. However, such an organism kept dissolving throughout the process of being created. I overall scrapped this idea. Through all my experiments, one thing kept becoming remotely clear. All I needed was more support if I was ever going to find a solution. I had tried rallying the support of some of my neighboring local groups. The Western Oceanic group had denied any of my attempts they had been in as they had been enjoying exploring their cities with their broadcast puppets one of their local groups had created back before the mass ascension. I discussed with the Northern Astrologist group, but they had formed an agreement with each other that to maintain the structural integrity of one another and were not concerned with any attempts to warn them of their inevitable collapse. I even contacted one of the iterators from the Western Eclipse group. They had come under the alias of Erratic Pulse, though my administrative control allowed me to see that this was an ill attempt from Five Pebbles to hide their identity, though they didn't address much desire to ascend, stating they had a relationship they had formed with one other in their group, and didn't see the need to ascend. After cycles upon cycles of searching, it seemed the hunt for a solution had died out among the iterator populace. Only a few were left. I had given up, retiring from my constant search and becoming content to live out the rest of my days trying to relive the time of my life I can't get back. I wallowed in the corner of my puppet chamber, playing old recordings I had of my citizens. I watched them sing and dance around the plaza. I watched old recordings of the news. I had thousands of stored data from the news on my system. It was required for an iterator in the case the citizens needed to bring up records of a court case or a criminal report. I had, in my binge, found a few interesting reports. One of them had been a study that discussed the amount of time an iterator could withstand standing up without power. An old broadcast that was meant to ease the paranoia during some warring conflict between the houses in my group. The study had been shown without artificial gravity, my structure could hold up to 700 cycles without irreversible damage being done to the legs of my structure. Though some of the measurements were overestimated, and it seemed more likely to be 629 cycles. As I watched more of my old news logs, I discovered that it had been more unique than others. It had been prior to my final programming activation, but when my citizens hadn't even known what my name was to be yet, it was an incident report of a council member who faked their death. They had been used a void fluid bath and a broken door in their cell to portray that they had been murdered by another. The reasoning of the news report that they had given for their motive was to stir the council into passing a law to increase the defenses of their city. They had been found over 30 cycles later living in a shelter block near the floor of the city. It was an interesting case, and established the restriction of void fluid paths to the people of my city. So in a sense, the council member had won in securing better defenses. But something clicked. I rose from the floor of my chamber, checking the list of my administrative controls. I glanced through the list before finding it. Temporary structure power shutdown. It had been quite quiet about my administrative permissions to other iterators. None knew I had such control over my structure as I did not wish to make them jealous of my freedom. But the answer to my problem had finally clicked. If I were to broadcast a triple affirmative and then deactivate my structure, the hope for a solution would be reignited. By the time I would wake back up, hopefully a solution would have been found. I prepared to broadcast a signal, getting ready to send it before deactivating my structure. I set a timer to restart my structure in 600 cycles. It was finally time. The creators will sing my name for my noble sacrifice. I sent the broadcast. I clicked the button. My eyes began to close, as the last thing I saw was the replied broadcast that read the words, "Wait, really?" Hey, that's that one. How do you guys pronounce iterator? Like iterator. You can tell someone is a zombies fan if they pronounce it like iterator. Sure, you can say it iterator or iterator. Like, it's like a tomato situation. Iterations, iterations. Who knew Eldritch horrors like to write fan fictions too? How else do you think they pass the time other than tormenting mortals? They have to write to practice their horrific sayings. I just know how to write because I took an English class. Anywho, how was that one? It's like a sliver of straw. She never actually ascends. It's like a different take on it. They never actually ascend. They just kind of like they lie. They shut down their structure and like pretend to be dead to get the spark for finding the solution. You know? So the sliver of spaghetti will awaken to see a green creature? Maybe. I don't know. Well, what now? I don't know. What do we do now? Do we end stream? Seems like a weird place to end stream. Oh god. One of my other tabs was playing hydraulic noises and the screaming of hundreds while you were reading. That's funny. I mean, honestly, I don't think Sliver actually ascended, especially since Saint's thing is not canon. 9 out of 10, no implied moon and silver. It's implied in the other one. Because this one ties into loving words for a friend. But yeah, I probably could have write a fan fiction or just draw. Oh, God. I have been meaning to like write a continuation to this one. Like I've been wanting to like continue it because like this is done. This is completely done. This is a joke one. This is just this one was just supposed to be like a short story to keep my mind active during some boring time. Uh, and then uh, this one is my favorite one because it's actually good writing. We partake in a group project fan fiction. You know what, chat? Hold up. You know what? That sounds amazing. All right, chat. We're gonna work on a group fan fiction together. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. It'll be funny. It'll be funny. All right, let me let me open up Google Docs. I need to read Tides of War. It's decent. It's my first work, so it's not the best, but I think it's my longest one. It's the one I worked on the longest. All right. File, new. All right. New document. All right, let's set this up. Okay. All right, chat. Here we go. We're writing. I'm gonna draw some of these scenes while we're writing it. Well, all right, chat. So let's brainstorm some starting ideas to this. What are we doing? Okay, what is this going to be a story about? Let's start with the beginning and the ending. You know, how's this going to begin and how's this going to end? Because that's the best way to start writing is know your ending and know your beginning, and you'll make the path to there. That's how it works. It makes it flow very organically. Oh, I took my English class like very seriously. Like that was my not my favorite class. My favorite class was engineering class, but I I'm an avid reader and writer. Um like I enjoy a good book. Like I've read all of Wings of Fire. I've read all of Aragon. I recommend Aragon. I wanted to go to sleep, but this takes my curiosity. Could we do an AU? Yes, we can do an AU. We can do an AU. We're writing fan fiction. It all ends with Neurons, Moons, the Spearmaster X Gorbon fanfic. Okay. That is one I have been meaning to write. I just don't. I've never like had the time to start it. Maybe there's a baby looking at me with Hunter. All right. Okay. I'm liking the Spearmaster Gourmand uh fanfic like base, but we all right. So all right. Let's see. Any other suggestions, chat? Because all right, how's it gonna open? Fan fiction is gonna be disgusting and nasty, dude. No, it's not. I write pretty cleanly. I write cleanly. I draw horrors. I write nice things. I've watched the Aragon as is it spelled? Yeah, it's spelled like that movie, but never read the books. The movie does not do the books justice. I'm gonna tell you that. And there's like I think six books in the series now. I know there's four main books, and let me tell you, if you are a fan of dragons, magic, and like just cool things, Aragon is like amazing. It's an amazing read. I recommend it to everyone. Gourmand rolling into the room. We're like the people who murdered Caesar. We're all in on this. Finally, someone has some good literature references. All right. All right. I'm gonna start this. To be fair, I've only watched it for the dragon. Very pretty design. Yeah, Saphira has a very amazing design. It's a shame that the rest of the movie kind of just falls apart. He's rolling into a spear flying at him. All right, I'm gonna give you a setting and opening, and we'll continue it from there. All right. So let me think. I got it. Okay. Okay. As the gates exiting the horrifying exiting the facility grounds opened. Now, do we do this in the perspective of Spearmaster, or do we do this in the perspective of like, is this going to be a first person narrative or a third person narrative? Do we know both Gourmand and Spearmaster's thoughts, or is this directly from the mind of Spearmaster to Gourmand? Like that's an interesting question we should consider. What perspective of writing should we do? I'm keen to the point of view of Spearmaster because I think it's very neat to tell a story when you only have one. Yeah, okay, yeah, you guys agree. Okay. As the gates exiting the facility grounds opened, I was left with a hollow feeling, like none of my journey had mattered. All I had done was given out, was sending the oh, what's the word for like your death message? Like, is it your it's not your obituary, is it your it's not your biography. It's your it's like your I'm trying to remember. Is it your obituary? I've dropped in to say one word and one word only. Widershins. Widdershins? I don't know. I'm gonna go whip out my sketchbook and start drawing. Okay, so like, what's the word? We're gonna use kindergarten words for this. All I had done was this broadcasting the final words of a dying god. Moon. Hey, I love wordplay. I don't know. I'm too stupid enough. Yeah, and yeah. All I had done was broadcast the final words of a dying god. I grasped at the woo, or no, not grasped. I placed my paw over the wound on my chest. All of it had been for nothing. The dying god with an S. Superbiss was Superbiss. Yeah. All right. All of it had been for nothing. I walked out the gates into the lush, no, not lush, murky. Murky's a better descriptive word. Murky, metallic, murky, and I don't want to say industrial. I want to say there's a word for it. Murky and metallic overgrowth. Walked out the gates into the murky and metallic overgrowth that made up the passageway into the outer expanse of the facility grounds. Mechanical. Oh, mechanical. Oh, perfect. Mechanical overgrowth. Thank you. Murky and mechanical wasteland. Yes, wasteland. Overgrowth that made up the passage. All right. I walked down the gates into the murky mechanical wasteland. All right. Mechanical wasteland is just industrial, but it's not murky. I'm thinking of like sunken pier. Pier is like it's still got the mechanical stuff, but it's a lot more it's like a swamp, you know? I just happen to be playing a Spearmaster expedition right now. All right. Into a murky and mechanical wasteland. The path ahead of me led only the path ahead of me would be hard and arduous. Wait, actually, that's the whole map of Rainworld, just with slightly different biomes. Yeah, it's an apocalyptic wasteland. Be hard, painful. Let's see. By the way, Inshal, I'm gonna add you these doodles when the stream is over. Cool, 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 cool. Let's see. Jeez. Walk down to the gates into the murky mechanical wasteland. The path ahead of me would be hard and painful. Less apocalyptic and more just abandoned. Hmm. Yeah, technically, yeah. Being taken slowly by nature. Yeah. The path ahead of me would be hard and painful. The route back. Oh, I have it. Perfect, perfect. The overseer. We can use the red overseer. Yep. A red overseer sprung into existence beside me. It looked to be doing a a dance of joy. Joy. The one watching must have been excited to see that I was still alive. All right. The overseer guides you to the path of the SRS region. Yeah. So how I'm gonna set this up is like Spearmaster you know, it's gonna be like how I'm gonna have them meet. This is how I'm gonna have them meet. This is how we're gonna get Gourmand and Spearmaster to meet. It's going to be Spearmaster is going to get into a shelter when the rain's coming. He's not going to be able to sleep. And then Gourmand comes in with like a bunch of food, you know? And then like, or no, what we could do is we could play on the joke that Gourmand, how Gourmand can just like, he can kind of like regurgitate like squid from like his stomach and all that. We could do a joke right there where Spearmaster doesn't have enough food to sleep for the cycle, and he needs like half a food pip left. So Gourmand, he just happens to be in the same shelter, and he like shares he just regurgitates a squid, and Spearmaster is just so confused. But he's got no other options. So think about it like this. Does that sound like a good idea? You know? Because like how I'm gonna have it play out is Spearmaster is going to be like socially anxious and like or no, he's going to have separation anxiety. So he can't fall asleep without Suns because he's afraid of just being alone. And Gourmand, how we're going to build off this story is Gourmand is going to be Spearmaster's travel buddy. I love how the Rain World community doesn't care who you ship unless if it's problematic. Yeah, like yeah, shipping Pebbles and Suns or no, Pebbles and Moon. It's just weird. It's weird, you know. But- all right, so okay, Germond is capable of literal alchemy. Yeah, I'm gonna be drawing the silly moments of the stream real quick for funsies. All right, so okay, so that's the direction we're going with to get to the midway point. And the ending point is going to be he gets in both Gourmand and Spearmaster get to Suns' structure, and Spearmaster learns to say goodbye to Suns. He says goodbye to Suns to live a life with Gourmand. How does that sound, Chad? That's how we're building our Rain World Spearmaster Gourmand ship fan fiction. Let me write these down on a piece of paper because I'm not going to remember this like when I wake up later. I just need like, all right, let's find a piece of paper. Convenient piece of paper placed right next to me. All right. So, midway point, Spearmaster has half a food pip before being able to migrate out a from their gut for spiriting. All right. Oh, jeez. All right. Ramon pulls out a snail and it starts the popping inside the shelter until Spear spears it. That could be a funny bit too. Oh, jeez. I really gotta get a straw for this water bottle because it's not like one of those water bottles that like has like the built-in straw. It's just you put water in it and then you drink it like a normal cup. Spearmaster is usually underrated when it comes to shipping, unless Rivulet is involved for some reason. The reason I think that is because you unlock Spearmaster and Rivulet in the same, like, at the same time, and both of their campaigns are fetch quests, you know? So, like, people tend to ship them together, but I've never really been down for that because timeline shenanigans and all that. The only one I've really ever like, and I don't hardship this, but it's like Monk and Riv can work, you know? I don't tend to ship Monk with anyone. Riv just kind of feels like they'd be, just crazy. Um, which is why I like Spearmaster and Gourmand, because, like, it's not too far of a timeline difference, you know? If you, like, assume, because, like, Artie, Hunter, and, like, Gourmand happen, like, real quick together. It's like real quick succession. And Spearmaster is just kind of like there. So I can see it like all being like pretty grouped together, you know? Smog's still kind of a child. Yeah, that's like the only time, that's why the only one I kind of see like fine is like Rivulet because like because obviously Monk would be like grown up by then. But even then, I don't like shipping it most of the time. It's still weird to me. I don't ship Monk with anyone because I think of them as a child. Yeah, I agree with that point. I really don't ship them with anyone. It's just like if I were asked who I ship them with, I would say Riv, but it's more of like a they're best friends kind of deal, you know? Anywho, back to writing. Red Overseer sprung into the one watching me must have been excited to see that I was still alive. Okay, how we go from this? I take comfort in knowing that my pal was watching over me. I had been afraid of, I had been in constant fear since they had left. No, they didn't leave. Been, because they didn't leave. They were blown up, but I don't want to say blown up. They had been, the whole monk child is a fan thing. No, the whole Artie being female. I mean, like, I, eh, still. It's like one of those territories where it's like, you don't want to cross the line, you know? I have been in constant fear since they had. Am I the only one who imagines Spearmaster as a quiet slug cat? If all the slug cats were in a group, he would just be sitting in the corner with Nightcat. I agree with that take. For this fan fiction to work, I think we're just gonna imply that he uses slug sign. Like, we're gonna have to imply somehow he knows how to communicate. Either we're gonna have a joke line that, like, where it's like the dating sim where it's like he's talking out of his tail, or we're gonna have a joke, or we're gonna have a more serious line where he's like signing and like Gourmand just knows how to sign, you know? Like, which one of those sounds more better? Like, Gourmand knows how to sign. Because I feel like that could play better into the whole ship thing we're doing, is that Gourmand would know how to sign, but I also do love a good joke, like he's talking out of his tail. Pretty sure, yeah. He uses slug sign. Yeah, we'll go with the he uses slug sign. I think that's overall just kind of it works better with the story that I'm trying to tell. All right. Have been constant fear since they had been forcefully removed. No, had left me back at the angry. What do we call Pebbles? Are we just gonna call him Pebbles, or do we like? Because Spearmaster, I don't think Spearmaster, because I don't ever want Spearmaster to say like he knows their name. You know, we're just gonna like because I think that's one of the interesting things is like Slugcats presumably wouldn't know an iterator is called like an iterator. You know, and they like I don't think Five Pebbles like ever says to Spearmaster, "Hey, well, I guess he would know because he's delivered for them before." You know? Okay, so okay, he would know. He would know since they had left me back at the chamber of an angry Five Pebbles. Unless told so. Yeah, they were definitely told. I had been in constant fear since they had left me back at the chamber of an angry Five Pebbles. They guided me along, taking, pointing, no, showing an image of a shelter symbol nearby. I don't want to call him Angry God because I feel like Spearmaster just kind of wouldn't call him that. He wouldn't give in to like Pebble's whole ego. Makes sense that Gourmand would know Slug Sign considering how much of like a Slugcat ambassador he is to the whole Outer Expanse ending. You know what? Good point. Good point. I could bring that up definitely. Like Spearmaster has like a thing where he's like, you know, Slug Sign, and like Gourmand goes like, yeah, I'm an ambassador for my tribe and all that. You know? Ooh, forced tension. We can have forced tension with a conflicted Spearmaster. We can have a conflicted Spearmaster because Gourmand can't leave his tribe, you know? So he has to choose between the safety of sons, you know, and all that, or a life with, you know, his kind, you know. Oh man, I was not expecting this to be like it's all flowing together. Like we're getting bits and pieces, and the puzzle pieces are fitting together neatly. You know. All right, showing me an image of a shelter nearby. As I walked along the lonesome, desolate tracks that once were used for great machines of travel. I came across a pit filled with maybe Spear leaves with Gourmand but still visits Suns. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. They guide me along, showing an image of a shelter symbol nearby as I walked along the lonesome, desolate tracks that were once used for great machines of travel. I come across a pit filled with, I want to say worm grass, because because that's an actual room, you know? We're gonna say worm grass. Filled with worm grass. Because I want him traveling. Okay, hold up. Let me look at the map for Outer Expanse. I did this a lot um, when writing another fan fiction. Um, I did this a lot when writing Tides of War. I looked at the Metropolis map a lot to get like an understanding to better like illustrate the world in writing. So let's see, Outer Expanse, Rainroad. I need to know if like this Wormgrass pit comes before or after the Citadel one, because I think the Citadel is like a perfect place to like have them meet. Because it's such a peaceful area and there's yeeks. And I can do so much with like yeeks. Okay. So, presumably he's still in Sunken Pier. I want to like pick a shelter that actually exists, you know? So, okay, so the Pit of Wormgrass comes after. It's literally called Outer Expanse Worm Pit, and it comes after the Citadel. So we can't have him go straight into the Pit of Wormgrass. Well, the Slugcats are nomadic. There's no certainty in Gourmand still being there for Spear's long journey to and from Suns. I've always assumed like the Slugcat tree was just kind of where they were crashing until they ran out of resources. Like that's what I've considered. So which region does this play take place in? This takes place in Outer Expanse, where like Gourmand's home is. Because presumably Gourmand goes from Outer Expanse, scouts out facility grounds, and then heads back to Outer Expanse to bring the Slugcat migration, presumably into the facility grounds. If I had my current standing theory is that he takes them to Metropolis, uh, but that's just headcanon. So it can't be a wormgrass pit. I came across desolate tracks that were once. I came across a giant tower sticking out of the fog because it's foggy in Outer Expanse. Will Spears get to see a yeek? Yes, he's going to see a yeek. I can have a nice moment where Gourmand picks up a yeek and like tries to teach Spearmaster how to use a yeek, because like we can get like a lot of interesting moments in Outer Expanse with this. Okay. Hmm. Let's see. It's getting very late. I might uh end the stream soon and like pick it up like later, you know? Like later tomorrow, because like it's like late, you know. I think like we'll end the stream because I keep looking at chat and that's like distracting me from writing. But we'll uh we'll do this some other time. Okay. We're gonna end stream for now. Thank you all for coming. I hope you all had a fun time on this crazy stream. Good luck with the story and your weird itinerary. All right, thank you. Have a nice night, everyone.